the sprawling metropolis of Dallas. And David.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10.
Oh!
No, he didn't. Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Doncic against George. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Now here's Richardson. He's covered closely. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Clock at 4. Poked loose.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Leonard looking over the floor. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. About a minute played so far here in the first. The shot by George, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Morris. And that one hits back iron. The Mavericks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Here's Doncic. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
Jackson drives in, banked in off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Zubac the pass to Morris. Back to Zubac. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A different look for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And then for Los Angeles, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Brunson. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
George against Doncic. Cousins trying to free himself up.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Rondo against Brunson. And that one's good. Cousins.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
Doncic looking it over. Pass to Porzingis. And stolen by Cousins. Leonard with the ball. Hardaway picks him up. Outside, George. This one for 3. Rebounded by Hardaway. The Mavericks trail it. The Mavericks another fast break chance right here. Porzingis can't hit. The Clippers have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Here's Leonard. Doesn't go that time. And it's Dallas the other way. Hardaway dishes to Doncic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Leonard finds Batum. George with the ball. And George with the stuff.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Doncic against George. Passes to Brunson. Back to Doncic. Lock at 6.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
Here's Brunson. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
So for the Clippers right now, we've got DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Beverley out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the small forward. Batum with the ball, now guarded by Redick.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down. And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Kennard kicks to Batum, and Cousins throws it down.
I loved him being aggressive right there. DeMarcus is a big target at the rim.
And the wide open shot from Redick. Dallas, no good that time either. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. The pass to man. To the inside. Here's Cousins. Basket good. Cousins has got 6.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Brunson against Beverley. Out to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Redick for 3. They get it back. Marjanovic. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the Clippers get called for the foul. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Richardson the pass to Doncic. Again the miss by the Mavericks.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Doncic against George. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night. The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Back to Doncic. Dallas moving the ball around. Richardson outside. Trying to find Marjanovic. Gets it over to him. Off on the layup. Clippers leading by 10. Inside. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And great steal and look ahead there. Compared to most guys his age, Doncic sees the game at another level.
Jackson against Richardson. And Leonard has it in the corner. Jackson dishes to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, George. The rebound by Marjanovic.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Pass to Leonard. "15 seconds left to play in the first half. Jackson has the open look. Drops one in from the wing.
Nice play. Usually, Reggie prefers to initiate, but this time gets it done off the catch.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. For Dallas, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. That's good from Richardson. Five seconds left in the first half of the game. Redick inside the line. No good from the wing. And so it's Los Angeles.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George inviting history. And that'll about do it as we get ready.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And George kicks to Zubac. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
And it's George finishing it off. Mavericks trail by 7. The 3 for Doncic. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And Morris throws it down.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
And it's sent back by George.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
George passes to Zubac. Here's Morris. Mavericks with the rebound. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. To the paint. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And just wanting it more there. You got to like seeing Porzingis beat everyone to the spot in the open floor.
Outside Jackson. Over Richardson. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a 5-point game. Down low, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Pass to Finney-Smith. To the paint. Here's Porzingis, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Porzingis has got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
And George kicks to Morris. Nobody near Leonard. But they get it back. Outside, George. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Brunson against Beverly. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Mavericks trailed by 3. Powell kicks to Hardaway. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Here's Brunson. The bucket is good. He'll have a chip. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And right there you see an underrated aspect to Cousins' game. Terrific instincts, senses the open man.
You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Shooting fun. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Marjanovic. And it's Burke in for Jalen Brunson. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Got a piece of it. Here's Kleber. It's blocked.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverly is a great shot blocker.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Trey Burke. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Kleber finds Richardson. Doncic right side. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Count it. Good. Doncic has got 13 points. Outside, George. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's Dallas. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Reggie Jackson. Marcus Morris is out there with Paul George. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. Dallas shooting the ball at 42%. Now, here's Doncic. Shot clock at 6. And that one, good. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
And Kevin, after being unable to find the net in the first half, they sure seem to be a different team here in the second.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Morris. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
Boy, Rondo's a handful in pick and roll sets. Always finds the right angle.
Richardson against Jackson. Richardson kicks to Kleba. Outside, Porzingis. Richardson outside. Pass to Kleba. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
A heads up on the money pass from Richardson, showing us his all-around game.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. The Clippers also changing it up. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Patterson comes in for George. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Brunson against Rondo. Outside Hardaway. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Oh, the power on that throw down.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. And Morris comes over to help. Marjanovic kicks to Brunson. Redick for 3. A new 14 for the Mavericks. Here's Marjanovic. The pass to Hardaway. Tries again. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. First free throw is good. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Kawhi Leonard. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And here's Rondo. In the corner, George with it. Outside, Batum. Rondo looking over the floor. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. And so they foul intentionally. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleba comes in for Marjanovic. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. And Leonard gets it to go.
Knowing the situation, Kawhi willing and able to take control. Big bucket.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Doncic outside. Richardson outside. Back to Doncic. 3-pointer. Kleber kicks to Doncic. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Doncic has got the lead up to 3 now for the man.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Here's Leonard. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
You have to give it up for Kawhi right now. He is wearing out the defense.
George against Doncic. Out to Porzingis. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
Mistake by the defender, fouling a very good free throw shooter in Kawhi.
Good on the first, and that ties the game up. And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Hardaway.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
1:02 left in the 4th quarter of this one. A drive by Doncic. Yes!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
George dishes to Leonard. Back to George. Money!
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
And so it's Dallas with him. Doncic kicks to Redick. Leonard with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Morris is checked in. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and gameplay. Paul George grabs the miss. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Redick for 3. Porzingis. Count it!
And with that unique combination of size and skill, Porzingis is a dependable late-game scoring option.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for... The Dallas Mavericks arriving at the building earlier today. The city.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Porzingis. Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Denver, Aaron Gordon out there with Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Austin Rivers. Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slings it in.
At his size, Jokic a threat to throw it down, showing you how dominant he can be inside.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
And so here's Denver. After Luka Doncic's bucket, Jokic kicks to Rivers. 6 to shoot. Here's Gordon. Denver needs to get off a shot. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
Here's Richardson. That shot missing. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And here we go. And the basket by Gordon.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now, here's Doncic. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. And they pick up 2.
Boy, a main weapon in Doncic's attack. He really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. Gordon trying to break loose. Jokic with the bucket. Jokic has got his second basket of the game.
Jokic doing a nice job getting right to the spot and capitalizing, taking advantage of the high percentage shots.
Now, here's Doncic. Passes it to Marjanovic. Dallas moving it around. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Well, I tell you what, Doncic plays with really good energy and awareness, but also he's got a quiet physicality to him, and he doesn't mind being bumped around when he's trying to score.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Outside, Porter. Floats it up for Jokic. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. The 3 for Doncic. Dallas again missing. The Nuggets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Porter passes to Millsap. Now, here's Jokic. Powell pulls it in.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Exactly what Richardson can do on the drive. I mean, he can handle the ball. He's got a quick step, and he can finish when he gets to the rim.
Harrison scanning the floor. Pass to Jokic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Porzingis. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one, yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league. And there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Here's Gordon. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
And, you know, this is something Jokic does extremely well. He excels at finding the open man with quality passes.
Here's Brunson. And, oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Denver?
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Denver making a switch here. Green's checked in. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Powell. Good work defensively by Millsap. For Denver, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
For the Nuggets, JaVale McGee comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Austin Rivers in for Porter. Burke, he's checked in for Dallas. A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
It's Rivers on the wing. Burke covering. Bucket is good. Here's Brunson. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Morris with the ball. And stolen by Burke. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Mavericks lead by 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Yeah, this is how you can keep a crowd quiet, though. I mean, methodically score at the line and take some of that energy away from the fans. They don't like to have the action stop and the opposing team scoring.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Burke in at the 2 guard. Millsap inside. Marjanovic on him. Millsap kicks to McGee. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for J.J. Redick. Richardson, he's checked in for Trey Burke. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Marjanovic finds Doncic. And Dallas again with the bucket.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Denver. Outside for Millsap. Off target from 3-point range. Mavericks leading by 6.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of it, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Jokic has checked in for Denver. Michael Porter comes in for JaMychal Green. Doncic against Rivers. Marjanovic passes to Doncic. Dallas moving it around. Launches a 3. Clock at 2. Lets it go with a 3. That one doesn't go. And the Nuggets going the other way. And Porter, here we go. Yes, that goes in.
But when Porter is attacking, the defense is in trouble. Have to respect his ability to put it on the floor.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Doncic. Count that bucket. Doncic has got the lead back up to 8 now for Dallas.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Porzingis with the block. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And another basket for Dallas. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Mavericks.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And the call up against Jokic. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Brunson. Cauley-Stein kicks to Brunson. It's Powell on the wing. Jokic defending. The pass to Burke. Over Rivers. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Denver, trailing by 10. And that one's good by Porter.
Well, you know, on the inside, Porter is a very skilled player. He understands that you've got to be multi-dimensional, a lot of versatility to your game to be effective inside.
Pass to Burke. 1:02 left in the first half. Out to Hardaway. Burke, the pass to Brunson. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
Brunson scanning the floor. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Mavericks shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. The Nuggets making a switch here. Green's checked in, and Dallas also making a switch. J.J. Redick's checked in for Trey Burke. Hardaway against Green. Here's Powell. Connects on the 9-footer. Powell's got his first points of the game.
Powell playing with a lot of confidence because he knows he has the trust of his teammates. They've got confidence in him to take these shots.
Rivers dishes to Green. Rivers against Redick. They kick it out to Green. Buries it from 3-point range. Green's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, he recognized the overcommitment by the defense there and then made a smart pass to get that ball back outside.
And we've reached halftime in this one.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. He's been a different player than he was their last outing when he was off his game. He's rounded back into form tonight. And from what we saw so... And that'll do it.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Michael Porter's out there with Gordon, and it's Rivers, and it's Nikola Jokic. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Passes it to Jokic, the 17-footer. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And although he's 6'9", Gordon runs and sprints like a much smaller man. He's got gazelle-like form and speed in transition.
And it's sent back by Jokic. Richardson outside. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Richardson's got his second bucket of the night.
Tenacious on the take. Richardson effective at driving to the basket and converting through tough defense.
The kick out to Porter. Inside, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
But nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They've brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. Burke with the ball. Count it. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Billy Cauley-Stein comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Josh Richardson. Here's Burke. Off target from outside. The Nuggets trail by 6. Here's Harrison. Tries yet again. Out to Morris. Beyond the arc. Burke grabs the miss. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Greg, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Burke looking over the floor. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, rock solid 79%.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Powell. Marjanovic comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Finney-Smith, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Finney-Smith's got the lead up to 11 now for the Mavs.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Campazzo, guarded by Doncic, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And this is Gordon's sweet spot. An awesome dunker who loves getting in tight and wrecking the rim.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Cauley-Stein comes in for Marjanovic. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Trey Burke. Josh Richardson's checked in for Luka Doncic.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Richardson gets a wide open look. Great positioning on the putback. Cauley-Stein's got his second bucket of the night.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket for Morris. And so it's down. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Richardson in at the 1. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Now the Mavericks moving it up, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Excellent court awareness from the big man there. Porzingis proving to be a reliable passer.
Campazzo, Richardson cover. Feeds it to Gordon. Good D by Hardaway.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
The Nuggets trail by 11. Lobbed up there for Green.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Dallas shooting well, 50% from the floor. Picked his pocket. And now the Nuggets, fast break. Gordon's running. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And here's Redick. Three-pointer. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Mavericks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Luka Doncic subbed in for J.J. Redick.
Boy, a strong, versatile offensive player. Doncic capable of burning you from anywhere on the floor.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Rivers in the corner. And the call up. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes. You know, Greg, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's what Denver's going with right now. Bol, he's checked in for Millsap, and Morris subbed in for Harrison. Redick against Porter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, Redick has some of the most admirable traits you want to see in any basketball player. His professionalism and work ethic have made him the player he is today.
And both free throws good for Redick.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Morris inside, guarded by Doncic, and Jokic throws it down.
Easy to understand why they turn to Jokic in these situations. He has a knack for cashing in on big possessions.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Here's Doncic. Outside, Redick, and Porter comes to help. And Redick kicks to Doncic. Outside for Redick.
An active player who just takes pride in his defense. Porter is solid at contesting shots with that reach.
And he recovers it. Yep, it counts. 1:31 left to play here in the fourth. Now Doncic. Over Morris. Dallas again missing.
I don't know how that one doesn't go in. Nice cushion between him and the defender.
Porter, no luck. Mavericks leading by 3. Doncic with it. Now defended by Jokic. And Doncic throws it down.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
Porter against Powell. Pass to Chunchar. Powell with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Here's Jokic. It drops. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Boy, he is an all-star level talent for sure. Jokic, a safe bet in the clutch.
Doncic passes to Powell. Over in the corner, Doncic. Off target with his 3. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
It's Redick on the wing. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting. It's time for the NBA. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. They've got Austin Rivers, Aaron Gordon out there with Michael Porter, and it's Nikola Jokic. And for Los Angeles, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the point. Pass to Jokic. Ring shot on the way. The shot missing. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. George trying to break free. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys.
Look out.
I mean, that's a rugged play.
That's straight toughness.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Passes it to Jokic. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And up the floor again, the Clippers running the floor. Morris finds Zubac. Now George. Zubac trying to break loose. A three-pointer off the mark. First quarter just over a minute played. Tipped away. The kick out to Porter. Jokic inside. Working on Zubac. And it's Jokic missing.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
The three from George. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, we knew that Paul George was a long-limbed, exceptional defender coming out of Fresno. His offense, though, has been impressive from the time he has stepped between the lines on the NBA level.
To the inside, and Jokic throws it down.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
And you've got to be able to show some resiliency, right? Keep pounding away, and it finally falls for you.
And here's Leonard. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Here's Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
The very definition of a high percentage shot. Aaron Gordon, throw it down.
And a tough season a year ago for Aaron Gordon, Doris. Fell short of the output he had the last few years and had a tough time hitting from the outside.
Look, Greg, you're an former NBA player, so you know the history here. Trying to find a rhythm while fighting through injuries is very difficult to do. This guy's got unbelievable athleticism. He's sharpening his skills. I think it's just a matter of time for Aaron Gordon.
And Porter, here we go. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Just using those long strides to just kind of knife through the teeth of the defense. Porter daring them to hit him on that one.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Outside Rondo to the middle. And Cousins throws it down hard.
Are you kidding me? DeMarcus Cousins, my goodness, go ahead.
And it's Harrison with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 3-point game. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Batum against Gordon. Shot clock at 5. Lob pass to Gordon. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Aaron Gordon showing he can jump out of the gym. How about that alley-oop?
Beverly with the ball. Kicks it to Batum. Beverly against Porter. Beverly, the pass to Kennard. To the paint. Here's Batum. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
To the inside. Here's Cousins. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
What a luxury to have someone like DeMarcus Cousins roaming the interior and drawing defensive attention.
Harrison kicks to Porter. And finished off by Porter.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. JaVale McGee's checked in for Denver. Monte Morris comes in for Michael Porter. Kennard against Morris. Inside, Millsap. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Beverly finds Batum. Back to Beverly. Gets it off. No good on the last second attempt there. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets
before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's man, guarded by Green. Clock at 6. Beverley, the pass to Cousins. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Cousins has got 8 points.
Veteran move by Cousins. One eye on the clock, one eye on the rim.
Outside, Green. From deep. There's Harrison. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
And Millsap is a team player. Someone who is very willing to make the right pass to an open teammate.
Pass to Kennard. Batum with the ball. Millsap covering. Kennard finds Batum. Now here's Cousins. And that one is off. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Here's Rivers. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Clippers in the lead. Beverley, the pass to man. Beverley against Rivers. Now the pass to Kennard. Lets the three fly. Millsap grabs the miss.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Count the basket. Greg, I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Down low, and it's Green slamming it down.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And Cousins kicks to Batum. Here's man. Kept alive. Denver in the lead. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. And it's McGee with the jam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Zubac the pass to Jackson. And the Clippers miss again.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Jokic on the follow. Jokic has got the lead up to 5 now for the Nuggets.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Here's George, and it's blocked by Gordon.
How about the timing of Aaron Gordon? This guy has got the ability to rise up and send it back.
And there's Porter on the assist by Morris. Now it's a 7-point Nugget lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now here's Jackson. Tight defense on him. Morris, no good.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Here's Jokic over Morris. Jokic with the bucket. Jokic has got 6 points.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
Morris against George. Drilled from 11 feet out.
You have got to have the right focus and the right reads in the pick and roll. And Paul George making all the right decisions right now, slicing up the defense.
Campazzo. Here's Jokic. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. Well, what can you say about Super? And that.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. One of the stories here, Cousins getting it done.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. They've got Nikola Jokic. Porter is out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Rivers. Second chance shot. And it's Jokic missing. Clippers trail by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Shooting off the dribble is probably one of the toughest skills in the NBA, but Kawhi has it mastered. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college, but boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after and he kept working.
Here's Rivers. But they'll get another chance. Now here's Gordon inside, stolen by Zubac. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. Jackson finds Leonard. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Zubac the pass to George. Back to Zubac. And he banks in the layup. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Reggie Jackson. The Nuggets also changing it up. Millsap comes in for Porter. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Austin Rivers. Rondo dishes to Leonard. And the wide open shot from Morris lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3. Terrific play calling. Everything clicking out of the gates here.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. Lets it go from 11, and the jumper is on the mark. Jokic has got 8 points.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Leonard looking around. Shoots from the line. Again, Los Angeles.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all 3 levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
To the middle. Here's Jokic. And he makes good on the layup. Jokic has got 4 this quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Now Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The game now all time.
Really good job anticipating the rise and fire off the catch. Go ahead, Marcus Morris.
Floats one up. Yep, that one goes. And the Nuggets lead by 2. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And here's George. He has 5. Kicks it out to Leonard. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 10.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Gordon, the pass to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. That misses off the backboard. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half, and they take the lead.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
For Denver, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. To the inside, Jokic. And Jokic throws it down hard.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Cousins. And foul on. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Harrison passes to Morris. He feeds it to McGee. And that one drops for him. McGee's got the game tied up here for the Nuggets.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Tie game in Los Angeles. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We've got Luke Kennard, Reggie Jackson out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the power forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. No good that time. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Millsap attacking. The Clippers grab the miss. Kennard with the ball. Man passes to Kennard. The long distance three is buried. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Morris against Beverly. To the paint. McGee inside. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Here's man. Now here's Beverly. Pass to Kennard. Takes a 3. Stolen by McGee. And here's the break. The finish. Rips down the breakaway slam. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Final Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Cousins, no one around him. The shot, no good. And it's Denver the other way. Here's Harrison. Kennard with the rebound. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And Cousins kicks to Batum. Here's Mann. Millsap grabs the miss. And it's McGee penetrating.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Cousins against McGee. Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Batum.
Well, you love it. DeMarcus Cousins drawing the defensive attention and still has the court awareness to make the play.
Beverly against Morris. Sweet move, and it's good on the layup.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Jackson passes to Zubac. He kicks it to Morris. Buries it down low.
My goodness. Guys, you talk about embracing the moment, burying a key shot. Go ahead, Mr. Morris. We see you doing work.
Passes it to Green. From outside, off the mark. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. Leonard attacking. Pass to Zubac. Leonard trying to break free. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Porter.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Morris with the rebound. LA's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Swiped it away. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. The kick out to Porter. This one for 3. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Rivers checked in. George passes to Leonard. Back to George. And the 3 off target. And here's Denver. It's a 1-point game. The drive by Gordon. Got it!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Now Jackson. Kicks to Leonard. Good!
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
And here's Rivers. The pass to Jokic. Ooh, offline. It's off. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, onto the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Denver calls timeout. They trail by 1. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And this is it, guys. Down 1. They've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead. And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 1. 3 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Porter with the steal. So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the center position.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Now, here's Zubats. To the middle. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
George against Doncic. And the basket is good.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here is George. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Now, here's Doncic. Richardson outside. Pass to Kleba. Back to Richardson. Down low. Here's Finney-Smith. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And so he makes both from the line. The Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. George against Doncic. George passes to Morris. Back to George. Shoots over Doncic. Mavericks with the rebound. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Outside, Porzingis. Dallas again missing. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Morris finds Leonard. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Here's Doncic. Drops in the layup for 2. Doncic has got 6. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many.
Oh, yes, sir. Paul George dunk contest, maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks, trailing by 2. Richardson outside. Pass to Finney-Smith. Leonard with the steal. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And Cousins kicks to Beverly. Back to Cousins. 5 on the clock. That one doesn't drop. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Burke, the pass to Hardaway. Burke looking over the floor. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Here's Brunson. Makes it off the glass.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
40 seconds left in the first. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Cousins comes over to help. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Batum wide open. He fires. Los Angeles with another miss.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
And Brunson has it in the corner. And stolen by Patterson. Batum attacking, and the dunk by Batum.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
On the floor for Dallas, Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Hardaway in at the 3.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To the wing on the left. Rondo finds Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Good scorers have that ability. When Leonard gets that deep, it's usually a bucket, a trip to the free throw line, or both.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And Cousins kicks to Kennard. There's the pass to Rondo. He feeds it to Cousins. Over Cauley-Stein. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard against Hardaway. Moves back up. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
Don't want to be careless around Cauley-Stein. That's when he rises up and blocks shots away.
Leonard with the bucket.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Rondo against Brunson. That one falls. Brunson's got it all tied up now for the Mavs.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
In the corner, Kennard with it. Back to Rondo. He dishes it to Cousins. That one good for 2.
That big man has to be committed to the pick and roll, and that time Cousins had the ability to find some open space when he cut away from the ball.
Redick dishes to Powell. And stolen by Cousins. And here's Leonard from 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Now Hardaway kicks it to Cauley-Stein. Redick against Kennard. Redick passes to Cauley-Stein. 7-foot shot. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Well, a 7-footer that has a bit of moxie. Willie Cauley-Stein loves to play rough down low.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Leonard, the pass to Batum. Back to Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And that's so difficult. You just try to challenge Kawhi's shot, think you've timed it perfectly, but instead, it's an up fake.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Paul George is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Leonard, no luck.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
1:04 left in the first half of basketball. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Passes it to Porzingis. It's good.
Porzingis playing with some heart now, never giving up or into the defense, muscling through that difficult shot.
Outside, George. Zubac trying to break loose. Basket good.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Doncic with it. Guarded now by Morris. Porzingis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on George. Now coming into the league with immense potential. Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it. Already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws. As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And it's sent back by Morris.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority.
And that one's good. George.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
And he's able to get it back. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Doncic. Kawhi Leonard has been on display. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 12 points and 1 steal. And
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the 2 spot. And the layup is good. And the Clippers lead by 2. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back to how about Kobe going to the Lakers, McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Kleba, the pass to Finney-Smith. And here's Doncic from the arc. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. And it's sent back by Morris.
The 3rd quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Takes it out to Leonard. And it's off from 3-point range. Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Doncic. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Jackson with it. And Leonard has it in the corner. pass to Zubats. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Porzingis.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Hardaway finds Marjanovic for the lead. Burke can't get it to go. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Pass to Kennard. On the wing, George. Eight feet away. And it's good for 2. George has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it. And just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Brunson scanning the floor. And the rejection by Cousins.
Like it. Cousins making impact on the defensive end. Nice to have a rim presence and blocks that shot away.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Burke. There's 1:47 left to play here in the third. Clippers leading by 4. Nobody near George. Nails the wide open jump shot. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
Now Paul George ready to shoot as soon as he caught it. Quick release there.
Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Here's Powell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Mavericks have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. The first free throw is good. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for Paul George. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Brunson against Beverley. Left side, Batum. Back to Beverley. 6 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Patterson puts the move on, and the layup is up and in. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Just feel like Patrick Beverley has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Brunson kicks to Marjanovic. The putback, it's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Outside, Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Back to Patterson, and the pass to Cousins. Shoots over Marjanovic. And good that time.
He ends up having the ball, Cousins does, late in the shot clock quite often, so no stranger to making plays while it's winding down.
Here's Brunson. He's got 6. Outside, Redick. Back to Brunson.
So fun watching Patrick Beverley just get after it and alter shots with how much energy he played.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Trey Burke, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Pass to Mann. Now Zubats. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in, and Dallas also making a switch. J.J. Redick's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Now here's Burke, guarded by Jackson. Doncic looking it over. Pass to Porzingis. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, Porzingis, the things we talk about is assertiveness, but that also comes with great stamina. Right now, he's determined.
And stolen by Redick. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Richardson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Pass to Leonard. 5 to shoot. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you know he's so good coming off the pick and roll, but what do you have to take away? There's so many ways Leonard can hurt you offensively.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whip. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
George is checked in for Rajon Rondo. Doncic against George. Clippers leading by 6. Leonard the pass to George. Back to Leonard. Keeps it alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, and you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Outside, Porzingis, the 3. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And George kicks to Jackson. Feeds it to Morris. Outside for Jackson. Shoots the 3. The rebound by Marjanovic.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times. Porzingis wanting it and gets it.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Doncic against George. The feed to Morris. It's stolen by Marjanovic. 4-on-3 break. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. It's the first that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Well, Porzingis in the early part of his career has had some phenomenal first halves of seasons. In the second half has faded. You really just want to see a complete year from Kristaps Porzingis where he can dominate.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. And Dallas also making a switch. Hardaway's checked in. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Important points from Morris. When he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
Doncic outside. Up and in on the layup. Doncic has got 10 points in just the second half.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
It's stolen by Marjanovic. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Yes! A A huge shot to tie it up.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Money!
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It counts!
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
And George, here we go. Good!
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
And here is Doncic. Good! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And George, here we go. The layup missed. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. And that's an intentional foul. He sinks the clutch free throw. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, free throws put them in an excellent position to win this thing now. It's all in the hands of the D.
Here's Leonard. Count it!
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
And the Mavericks call time here. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the floor for Dallas. Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Porzingis. Then there's Cauley-Stein. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. It's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
And it's Doncic missing.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
The Clippers in the lead. Outside Leonard. The Mavericks pull it in. To the inside. Overtime still getting started here at just about a minute in. And there's the pass to Zubac. Morris, left side. Just 5 to shoot. Outside for Jackson. Over Richardson. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Mavericks shooting at 51%. Really solid. Here's the teardrop. It's hauled in by George. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the floor since the start of overtime. Leonard, the pass to George. Now, here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Doncic against George. tries from 16, and it's sent back by George. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And here's Doncic from the arc. It's Hardaway with the drive. It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
Coley Stein stepping up huge.
They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Passes to Zubac. Jackson looking around. Leonard on the wing. Cauley Stein defending. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Redick for 3. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Now here's Leonard. So the Clippers with the win. And they had some nervous. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for, and nothing tips off a broadcast.
Kevin, thanks. Well, among the league.
Thanks, David. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Jokic is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Porter. Then there's Austin Rivers. And for Dallas, Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at small forward. There's the pass to Rivers. Good work defensively by Richardson. Here's Porzingis, the fast break chance. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Couple terrific centers in tonight's matchup here. Greg, great pivots, but center matchups are far from traditional, it seems like, these days.
No doubt about it, Kevin. Once you get into this now small ball mindset, this positionless game, I mean, you're seeing guys as short as P.J. Tucker play the 5 because, listen, when you're 25 feet from the basket, if I'm 6'2 and you're 7'2, I can still guard you. So because of the spacing now, it allows you the luxury to play smaller.
Here's Gordon. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
And Gordon is a guy who's used to being bodied. I mean, he just kind of plays through it, shrugging off the contact and ignoring it, really.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Banked in off the glass.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Campazzo, guarded by Doncic.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
Here's Finney-Smith. It's hauled in by Gordon.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
Here's Doncic, following the score by Aaron Gordon. The drive by Doncic, and it's sent back by Jokic. And it's Doncic, that time on the assist by Porzingis.
Excellent court awareness from the big man there. Porzingis proving to be a reliable passer.
Pass to Rivers. Outside, Porter. Passes it to Jokic. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Jokic is one of those new breed of positionless players. On any given night, he could lead the team in points, rebounds, or assists, or maybe all 3, triple-double like.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Now here's Brunson. Outside, Redick. Pass to Brunson. 3 on the clock. And it's Rivers with the rebound. The Nuggets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Green, and the rejection by Cauley Stein. Here's Green. Offensive rebound. Millsap kicks to Green. In the corner, it's Gordon. They shoot again. Green breaking loose, and Gordon lays it in. And it's 6 points for Aaron Gordon.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
Redick with the bucket.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And it's Harrison with the ball for Denver. Inside, Green. No good on that one. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort. Kleba, the pass to Cauley Stein. Here's Brunson. Cauley Stein dishes to Reddick. Back to Cauley Stein. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Paul Millsap picks one up.
And Cauley Stein, so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
Burke, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. The Nuggets also changing it up. JaVale McGee's checked in for Gordon. Bol comes in for Rivers. And Monte Morris subbed in for Harrison. Now, here is Morris. Tries again. In deep, McGee drops it in.
Yeah, you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. That one wide left. Nuggets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Millsap finds McGee. To the paint. Here's Bol. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Yeah, inside, Bol does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Here's Brunson, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Denver Nuggets. This is his first free throw of the game. And good on the second, so he makes them both. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nuggets lead. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nuggets.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Trey Burke. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward spot.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Kleba, no good. Denver in the lead. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. For the 3. Denver keeping it going. A new 14-second clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Nuggets have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And the first one at the line is good. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kevin, John's got a heart of gold. And anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for JaVale McGee. And it's Austin Rivers in for Harrison.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. And that one's good, Jokic.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Doncic outside. Jokic with the steal. To the inside, Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Well, when you've got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
Doncic against Rivers. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Doncic.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half. And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And that one is good. Doncic has got 6.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service dimes tonight. One sweet one after another.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Richardson gets a wide open look. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Here's Millsap. They kick it out to Green. Back to Millsap. In the corner, Bull with it. Shot clock at 5. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. The Mavericks trail it. Here's Brunson. Lays it up and banks it in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Millsap looking it over. Back to Morris. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Brunson against Morris. And stolen by Bull. Here's Millsap. And they pick up 2.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Brunson against Morris. The Nuggets leading by 3. Here's Green, and the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Brunson. And that one released in time, but no good. And a... Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome. A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above 4 for the Nuggets. And that...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
Taking a look at the Nuggets. Gordon out there with Michael Porter. And it's Rivers, and it's Nikola Jokic. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. After that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is maybe mechanics, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But, again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion.
Count it, good. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut back down to just 2 points. The basket there coming from Cauley Stein. The Nuggets shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Campazzo, and he lays it straight in. He's got 6.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Doncic. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Harrison kicks to Jokic. Over Porzingis. Porter passes to Jokic. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Porzingis.
You know, that's not an easy assignment, as Porzingis showed there. He's a lot to handle.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Richardson.
And this is a guy who just naturally draws fouls at a very high rate. That time Porter takes him off the bounce.
Denver making a switch here. Green's checked in. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Finney Smith passes to Doncic, and it's blocked by Gordon.
Good defensive instincts there displayed by Gordon. Reading the shooter all the way and timing the rejection perfectly.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Harrison. He can't get that one to fall. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Here's Richardson, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
Seems that Richardson just has a knack for always being in the right place.
Here's Harrison. That one goes in. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. A 2-point game. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Harrison, guarded by Doncic. And that one's good. Millsap.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. The pass to Marjanovic. Just 4 to shoot. Richardson kicks to Doncic. But they recover it. Here's Porzingis. Off with the layup. It'll count. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And the game still closely contested as we... Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The Nuggets trail. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Richardson in at the 2. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. McGee, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Bucket is good.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Coley Stein comes in for Marjanovic. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for J.J. Redick. And Trey Burke subbed in for Josh Richardson. Brunson against Morris. It's deflected.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. 6 to shoot. Hangs. Powell. And Bull pulls it down. Denver shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Millsap passes to Morris. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's McGee with the jam.
And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
Brunson against Morris. Brunson scanning the floor. The feed to Powell. He kicks to Burke, and he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
They double him with Jokic. The tray. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Pushing it up. Hardaway with the steal. Brunson kicks to Burke. Powell for 3. That shot off. For Denver, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G.A. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's Gordon. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's a 6-point Nugget lead. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Up top, Morris. Guarded by Doncic. Yes, that goes in. Morris has got the lead back up to 6 now for the Nuggets.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
Well, the size mismatch is no problem for this fella, guys. I mean, how much do you like seeing that aggressiveness from him?
The Nuggets now on offense. They're on a 12-4 run. And it's Gordon. That time on the assist by McGee. McGee's got 4 assists in the game. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Doncic.
Boy, Doncic so crafty and good at using screens and being effective in screening situations. He's a true scorer and playmaker.
Marjanovic against Millsap. 1-2 to 1. 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 The dish to McGee. No good on the shot. Nice D from Porzingis. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Unloads. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Porzingis on the foul.
You know what, guys? You want the ball in Porzingis' hands in clutch moments. Why? He's an impact player.
Morris against Doncic. Over in the corner, Green. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And the technical free throw is good. "17 seconds left in the game. Here's Harrison, guarded by Doncic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good, Harrison.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. DA, it's
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Zubats in at the center. And for Denver, Michael Porter's out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Nikola Jokic. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Campazzo, Zubats defending, and that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kevin, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Denver with the ball. Pass to Jokic. To the middle. Here's Porter. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Jackson kicks to George. And it's George finishing it off.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's his first foul. George against Rivers. George passes to Morris. Good. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
Denver making a switch here. Harrison's checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Jackson. Rondo passes to Zubac. He feeds it to Morris. Back to Zubac, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Paul Millsap's checked in for Michael Porter. The Clippers also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac, and it's Batum in for Marcus Morris. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, Rivers kicks to Gordon. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
And the athleticism Gordon has poses so many problems for defenders, especially when he's looking to score from there.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. JaVale McGee's checked in for Jokic. And Monte Morris subbed in for Austin Rivers. And then for the Clippers, Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Paul George. On the wing, Morris throws it up high, and the slam dunk by McGee.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Now, here's Kennard. Count the basket.
One of the best passes at the center position. Just another way Cousins affects scoring.
Rondo against Morris. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And Rondo sends it back.
What? Nice defense by Rondo there, rising up to block that one.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Cousins, the pass to Beverley. And Gordon over to help. Beverley dishes to Batum. And it's Beverley missing. The Nuggets leading by 4. And it's Gordon penetrating. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Gordon's got 6.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Rondo kicks to Beverley. Down low. Here's Batum. It's deflected, and the officials now calling the shooting foul. He got a lot of ball on the block, but also caught the body, so some free throws coming up right now. The Clippers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Denver making a switch here. Green's checked in. Shot clock at 6. Here's McGee. Makes it off the glass. He has 6.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Clippers trail by 6. Rondo passes to Batum. Inside. Kicks it out to Leonard.
Nice work on defense there by Green. He has the mobility and has the reach to affect shots.
And so it's Denver with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
They've got Porter. JaMychal Green is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Harrison in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. They get a hand on it. Harrison passes to Gordon. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Passes it to Leonard. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. Now here's George, guarded closely. Count that one. George has got 7 points in the game.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And stolen by Cousins. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. The Clippers rebound. The second chance effort. Nifty move. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Why does the pump fake work? Because of DeMarcus Cousins' ability to score at all 3 levels. The defender knows he has to close hard to have a chance.
Denver in the lead. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Porter looking it over. Over to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Jokic. And that time, also a missed shot.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And Leonard gets it to go.
The evolution of Leonard's game, making things happen with the dribble drive.
And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Denver. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Lob pass to Gordon.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Jackson finds Cousins. And here's Leonard. To the middle. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. For Denver, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Outside Jackson. And the pass to Oturu. Now, here's George. And they go to the intentional foul. George against McGee. Back to George. The 3. The shot comes out, and it's Denver the other way. Green kicks to Morris. Chanchar, the pass to Green. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Here's McGee over Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. Morris against McGee. George looking over the floor. Back to Morris. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Millsap with it. Guarded now by Morris. To the inside. Here's McGee. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here is Los Angeles now. Clippers trail by 3. Left side, George. Pulls up on the wing. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. 9 points for George. Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Morris passes to Millsap. Outside for Jackson. Outside, George. 19 seconds left to play in the first half. Clock at 6. Kennard against Morris. Fouled on the shot and pick. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They hold a 4-point lead. Kenny, how'd you... Thanks for joining.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
So for the Clippers right now, we've got Marcus Morris, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Zubats in at the 5 down low.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Denver leading by 6.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Jackson against Morris. To the paint. He wants to get the Millsap and does.
No finesse that time. Millsap attacking the rim.
Outside Leonard. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Morris, no good.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
McGee, the pass to Millsap. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
They have just nailed their halftime adjustments. That's for sure. They don't want to have to sweat this one out. They're looking to pull away.
George passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Down low, McGee draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Reggie Jackson. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Kennard, he's checked in for Paul George.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Big group substitution here for Denver. Leonard looking over the floor. No good there. And Denver the other way now.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And it's sent back by Leonard.
Yeah, that shot gets jacked. Great anticipation by the claw.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Here's McGee. Unable to get that one. Nice D from Cousins. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Kennard with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. Leonard with no one around. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Feeling that one all the way. Leonard lethal in the catch-and-shoot game.
Out to the wing. Harrison passes to McGee, to the middle, and stolen by Cousins. To the inside. Here's Leonard, tries again. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Zubac in the post. Jokic defending. Here's Rondo. And he banks in the layup. Rondo's got his first 2 points.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
Feeds it to Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Skying high, one of his advantages as an undersized forward.
Clippers trail by 11. There's 45 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Zubac. Back to Rondo. Pass to Zubac. Jokic grabs the miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
It's tipped. Now here's Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Campazzo connects on the 9-footer. He has 6. 6 seconds left in the third. Here's Batum. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Denver holding on to an 11-point. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Harrison out there with Morris. Then there's Paul Millsap. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's John Shar in at the small forward. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. Morris against Rondo. Back to Morris. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 11.
And you see the vision from Paul Millsap. That's another area that he provides for his team.
A nice shot by George.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Knocked away. Millsap passes to McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. George up top. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Passes it to Harrison. Inside, McGee. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And that one misses, so both teams making some changes here. Good on the second free throw. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Outside Jackson. Kicks it to George. Here's Cousins. A 3 from Leonard. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Stolen by Jackson. And now we've got the intentional foul. Jokic is checked in for the Nuggets. Leonard against Porter. Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut down to 8 on the bucket from Kawhi Leonard.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Now the pass to Jokic. Takes it from 10. The shot off that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Nobody near George. Jokic grabs the miss. The Nuggets leading by 8. They kick it out to Green. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Here's Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
We all know Gordon isn't just going to lay it up. He's going for the throwdown every time.
Outside Jackson. Outside Leonard. Jackson kicks to Zubats. Over Gordon. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Zubats.
Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
1:33 left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Green. And there's the feed to Gordon. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in. George with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. Jackson passes to Zubats. Outside for George. 1:09 left here in the fourth quarter.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. They're leading by 8. Pass to Jokic. Rivers against Jackson. Over to the left wing. 6 to shoot. And Jokic throws it down.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish. He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
Zubats against Jokic. Pass to Green. Stolen by Jackson.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
They couldn't make enough plays when it mattered. Interesting game, though, in terms of some of the matchups.
And Zubats picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Patrick Patterson with his great shooting stroke, always looking comfortable at the free throw line.
And Patterson drops them both. Outside Gordon. Dishes to Green. So we see Denver get the win here. They didn't. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.